has remained now. Our hat, and what do you think? Liked it? I hope so. With this I say goodbye. But first I'm going to show you what my looks like. Friends have already prepared them. Already prepared their apologies for this Halloween well. For this project I will use this type of material. Is a number 3 wool, is a baby wool. I will use a crochet in this case of 2.75 millimeters. In case you don't have it, don't worry, friend. You can use of number 3. I am going to show you how we are going to do it with this material. Which is clearer, yes. And then I will continue it with this other material. I will only give you the instructions. And then we lengthen it as much as we need to. Go so that you can observe it at home. Let's make a magic ring. I close is a request that you made to me here in the channel, so with much love for you, my friend. I'm going to start here making my first single stitch, and I am going to place a marker on it. Let's make 6, so I make 2, 3. 4, 5, and 6 single stitch. I'm going to pull the start cord. And the first circle that closes is the one I'm going to throw away. You saw which one closed true. Well, this one that closed. I'm going to take it and to pull it to close completely. Then I will pull the start cord and close it. Now here is where I have the marker. Here. Step. And I am going to make him in this case 1 stitch. I will place the marker here. Instead of closing with a slip stitch, I made a single stitch. I'm going to stop by. Here is my stitch. Look at this stitch I have here. I'm going to move on to the next stitch. And I'm going to knit 1 and in the same space 2 I pass to the next stitch and I leave a single stitch. I move on to the space that follows. And I make 1. And 2. Again. A single stitch at the next stitch and finally here. Let's make him 2, 1. And 2, and at the same time, we are going to lose that little piece of wool, what we have left, so look at. In total I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 stitches for round number 2. Round number 3. In the first stitch I will knit a single stitch. Here. A single stitch. I move on to the next stitch and few single stitch. And I'm going to weave a single stitch for each space. I will not make increases nor decreases, only 1 single stitch for each space. And as I tell you, we do, or we are losing the little piece of material. It serves as if it fits us as more at the top. I withdraw the marker. I make the first single stitch. And now I am going to weave, in which it follows 2 stitches, 1 and 2, in which it follows next single stitch, Single stitch, and in which it continues I make the increase. 1 and 2. Next is going to be a single stitch, in which a single stitch follows. And in the following one we make 2 1 and 2, and in which follows a single stitch. I withdraw the scoreboard and this round follows. We will not knit it with increase only. We will be weaving a single stitch for each space. Let's see how many stitches were left. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 total stitches. Yes, then back 1 2 3 4 5 round. 4 and 5 should have the same number of stitches. Let's go for round number 6. On this tour I am going to do to C. I'm going to try to get in here because here it is. So, here is the ending. Then in this turn that follows, I'm going to make a stitch. I place the marker and here I am going to make increases. I have 1 2 3 single stitch. And I make increase 1 and 2. I'm going to take it back. 1 and 2 again. We are going to make 3 stitches under 1. In which 2 3, and in this one we make an increase. Again. 1 2 3. And in which there follows an increase. And this return that follows. Let's leave it without increase. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 round number. 6 and 7 must have the same number of stitches. 1 2 3 4 5 6 I will arrange here. 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 are the stitches that should have been left in these 2 rounds. Now let's make it a single stitch. And this round is one of increase. But now we are going to knit 4 and increase. So we start by leaving 1 2 3 4 and increase. Again 1 2 3 4 and increase. And then 1 2 3 4 and increase. And for our next round, no increase. Only 1 single stitch is woven. for each single stitch and single stitch space. Once completed, we have 18 stitches left. Now we are going to make 5 single stitch and the increase. Start 1, 2, 3. 4, 5 and I make increase 1. Y2, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5 and in the number 6 I make the increase. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5 and at number 6. I make the increase. This technique will continue. Then it's going to increase every time we. Let's do the increase, it will increase 3 times or so. 3 increases yes, then here I already put. In this round as it does not increase. Only. We will be weaving a single stitch for each space. Once my return is over. Now let's make him as 6 stitches and then the increase. Yes, then we make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and I make increase 1. And 2 and you continue 1, 2. 3, 4. 5, 6. And at number 7. You make the increase. There is 1, 2. 3, 4. 5, 6. And I make the increase. Because we can use this technique. Or we are going to use it this time. So that you can grow the turns you need. Let's do the following. Here first I will undo this last stitch, that I have nothing else left. So yes, lifting. And I'm going to do the color change. I withdraw my marker. And I start at the next stitch to knit 1. Let's knit 7 and then we increase. Same technique as one of us. 2, 3. 4, 5. 6, 7 and in the number 8 I make the increase. 1 and 2 and I continue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And in number 8 I make increase 1. And 2. In the following I repeat again friends and friends 1. 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. 7 and number 8 is where we are going to give him the raise. And this next round will be without increase. I now withdraw my marker. And this return. For I only knit a single stitch. For each space. Here to finish my return. I am going to make the color change. And I start this round. To weave with increase 1. We will do it 8 stitches and in number 9 we will increase. 2, 3. 4, 5. 6, 7, 8 and in the number 9 we do increase 1. And 2 and I continue 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. And at number 9. I make the increase. Here it is now I continue 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8 and in the number 9 we do. The increase. And this next round I'm going to knit it. In this case without. Increases yes. So it is that. Here we can remove the little piece of material to see. I already did the whole turn with the material. So I retire it here. And I continue to weave. Only 1 stitch for each space. Until I complete my entire tour. Now we are going to place now. The edge for the edge we will do the following. Let's knit. Half of the chain. And step and you stitch low. 1 I'm going to move on to the next one. And I'm going to make him 2 drinking alone. Look at only half of the chain. And I make 2. I'll move on to the next one and I'll add 1 here it is. Only 1. I do a single stitch and in the next one I do 2, 1. And 2. And I'm going to get this part now. I will continue to weave. Here in this part a single stitch. And in the one that follows I make 2. Next 1 single stitch. And in the following one I make 2 1 stitch low. And in the one that follows I make 2 all around. And here I am going to stay because I am drinking at only half of the chain. I'm going to keep this chubby guy here for example. Here I made 2 and here only 1. Look at taking only half of the chain. And I do single stitch. And in which it follows. Only half of the chain. And you too. I'm going to finish my whole tour. Once my return is over, see if I stop it on the table. That's how it fits me. I will now withdraw the marker. And in this next round, I'm going to take the full stitch. Again, yes, as I it here. In this part, I'm going to knit hem 1. I place my marker. 2 and in number 3 I do the increase 1 and 2. Continuation 1 2. And in number 3 I make the increase. And I continue 1 2. And in number 3 I make the increase. And I will do this until I complete all my way around. Once this round is over, in this case you can leave it one more round. Or you can leave it like this. There at home you decide. I'm going to do one more round. Now let's make 3 and increase 1. 2 3. And in number 4 I make increase 1. And 2. And I continue 1 2 3 and in number 4 I make increase 1. And 2 and I will do this until I complete my round. Once my return is over, I'm going for the last round and I'm going to do it. Here slip stitch. Slip stitch and slip stitch. Here I started. I'm going to put on a marker. And this will be our last return. Once my return is over, I'm going to go through the bottom. I will take my material and I'm going to take it to the bottom. Like this and there. Withdrawal. And I lose like this at the bottom and that's it. What do you think? We're going to have to hit him with something to make it look like this. Now we have our beanie. This is how it turned out. Let's give it here as one special touch on the front. With the help of our needle, I am going to put with double strand. A color that is like gold in this case. And I will place here. I'm going to pass this as the part of the termination. Here in the back. Then I'm going to stop by. And then I'm going to move to the bottom. I will try to figure out a. Yes, in the part of the hat then I pass. Step 1 2 3 spaces. In the third space I pass. To form the. Then let's pass it on to him. 1 2 and in the third space. And look, it is very easy to give it the final touch. And you have already decided whether to 1 or 2 2 rounds more there you decide it. I will try only once if I see that I don't like it I return. Look at how there is a little bit more left here. Fatter truth. Then we just removed it anyway, and that's it. Then here I go backwards again. And already on the upside down side. I can now lose this little piece of wool that I have left. And that's it, and now you decide, friend, if with this material. I recommend that it be with someone else. There it is. So it goes, and we have our hat ready. And look, I also have this one. Which is for cups. Which is the one I'm going to upload then. Well, now you will see it. I'm going to show them to you at the end goes. So that they can see how it looks then, and to encourage them to come and weave it. Because it is now available. Go, and I leave the link at the bottom. We already have our hat. We are almost wearing our hat. We already have our bandana or the ring for your keychain in this case. You're already going to put it here, the little cord you want. I'm going to put a white one on it. It looks like a white one. If not, you can do it with the color purple as you prefer. And let's do the following. Here I am going to leave you a little bit of material. I secure my first stitch and I'm going to weave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 chains. You can leave him more or you can leave him less. This, remember that it always depends on your tastes and your needs. I'm going to pass like this. Like this, and I make a stitch like this. Now I will pass. I'm going to look like these 2 little bows. I'm going to move on to where I have the first chain. And I make a slip stitch. In the following chain. A slip stitch, and I will go to make a slip stitch. So 1 for each chain. To the bottom. And leave me your comments, what do you think? They are liking it, it is becoming easy for them to. I would like you to write to me, because I want to read all your comments. What do you think, friends, here? Finally, I make a loose chain. And ready. Now with the help of my grandmother. Look how this part has already turned out. With the help of my grandmother, I'm going to pass. Or with crochet. Let's move on up here. And on the other side there is on one side. We are going to put it on one side in the opposite direction of the one we have just made. There, and ready. Then first we have to see if this is how we like it. To be okay. If you prefer. So I want it okay. They want it, and we will leave it at that. Now I am going to rotate this part. Let's rotate here. And we are going to tie. We tie. We tie, and tie goes. So. Is really liking the way friends look. And we cut goes. We make 2, 3, 5 knots, what you? Those of you who need friends. And now we are spinning again, and ta-da has remained now. Our hat, and what do you think? I hope so. I say goodbye with this. But first I'm going to show you what my looks like. Friends have already prepared them. Have already prepared their. For this Halloween. Well, remember here then. Remember here. Well, we are going to put. And we can even leave him like the little letters. What do you think? Now I say goodbye. With this, very easy friends. Remember what you want to see. I will be waiting for you as always. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, support me by sharing on your social networks. With your relatives. With your friends, and see how cute he looks. In your Facebook groups. What do you think, and see you in an upcoming video. And many. But thank you very much for joining me today.